Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome back to the topic electrostatics of your 11th physics. In the last lecture we had studied the concept of electric field intensity. It is nothing but the strength of electric field. Let us just quickly revise the concept of electric field. Then we are going to move to the next topic called as electric line of force. But just let us have a quick revision. Suppose we have placed one charge plus Q at any point, say the point is O over here. Then this charge is going to create an electric field in a surrounding region where the effect of attraction or repulsion is going to be observed. So if any charge, suppose one charge is placed outside the field of this charge, it is not in the range of the charge plus Q. Let us consider this charge as test charge. Test charge is always positive and having a unit magnitude. So this charge Q0 is placed initially it is placed outside the electric field of the charge plus Q, which is quite higher in magnitude as compared to Q0. So what will happen? We all know that test charge is also positive, but since it is placed outside the field of the charge plus Q, so it is not going to be repelled because it is not going to experience any force of repulsion from the charge plus Q because it is outside the field. Whenever it comes inside the field of the charge plus Q, say Q0 is placed at point A inside the field. Now the charge Q is going to experience a force. And as we place the charge plus Q0 at point B, you will find that this time greater repulsion will be observed. So different point inside the electric field of the charge Q is having a different magnitude of electric field. Strength of the electric field is different at different point. So how do you come to know? You will come to know it with the force of repulsion between the charges. Greater the force of repulsion, greater would be the magnitude of the electric field intensity. So on the same concept, we have defined the electric field intensity as it is nothing but the force experienced by the test charge, or F upon Q0, force per unit test charge. Then we had obtained this expression 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 if the charges are placed in air or in vacuum. Then Q into Q0 upon R square divided by Q0. The entire expression of the force is then divided by Q0. This Q0 is going to get cancelled. Finally, final expression of the electric field intensity is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q upon R square. This is the electric field intensity. Now let's find out the unit and dimension of the electric field intensity. As we have already stated that E is force experienced by a test charge. So force is having a unit Newton and charge is having a unit Coulomb. So Newton per Coulomb is the unit of electric field intensity. Then what is a dimension? Dimension, or in order to obtain the dimension, we'll have to split this Newton and Coulomb. Newton is nothing but kg meter per second square, mass into acceleration. And Coulomb is nothing but charge and current. What is the relation between charge and current? Current is nothing but flow of charge, rate of flow of charge, Q upon T. Q is equal to I into T. So I is having the unit ampere and T is having unit second. So ampere second. So S and S is going to get cancelled. No, it is not going to get cancelled. Indeed, it will have a power 3. It is not going to get cancelled. S square and S will come over here. It will become S power will get 3. So dimension will become kg M L T, and what is the extra unit over here? Ampere. So mass is 1, M raised to 1, L is 1, L raised to 1, T is T raised to minus 3, 1 power of s and 1 power of 2 power of s will become 3 power of s, and it is there in the denominator. When it comes in the numerator, it will become minus 3. So m1 L1 t raised to minus 3 and a1. This is the dimension of electric field intensity. Now let's have a new concept called as electric line of forces. What does mean by electric line of force? Consider one charge plus q placed at any point, any general point, say O. Suppose it is the entire field of the charge q. If you place a test charge q0, this test charge q0 is going to get repelled from the charge plus q. And as it is going to move in a given direction, it is going to move in a line which is originated from this charge plus q. So this is a path followed by the charge after experiencing a Coulomb force, and it is a line path. So this line is called as line of force. And from where it is originating? It is originating from a charge itself. Similarly, if you place a charge over here, again it is going to get repelled along this line. The charge is going to follow this line path. So this line path followed by the charge after experience attraction or repulsion from a given charge is called as electric line of force. There will be various line of forces originating from the charges. Wherever you place a charge is going to get repelled, or if the charge is negative over here, it is going to be attracted through these lines. So these lines are called as electric line of force. An electric line of force and electric field intensity both are same. Electric field intensity and electric line of force both are having the same concept. So similarly, if you keep one charge, say plus q, have you ever seen the magnetic field created by a bar magnet, north pole and south pole? Suppose this is the north pole and south pole of a bar magnet. How you are going to draw the magnetic line of force? You'll draw the line of forces like this. These line of forces are originating from the north pole and they are terminating at the south pole. Similarly, in between the two pole pieces, you are going to draw a straight line, and after this pole pieces, you are going to draw this curved lines. All these lines are the line of forces. How you will come to know? Because you might have done this experiment when you take the two pole pieces of a bar magnet and place one paper on it and pour some iron filling. You will find that all the iron fillings are going to align itself along these lines only. So these are the magnetic line of forces. This is the magnetic force which is holding all the iron pieces. So here also we are having imaginary line of forces which are called as electric line of forces, which is experienced by any other charge when it comes inside the field of the given charge. So all the charges are going to move along a line. So this is the concept of electric line of force. Let us see. Just like north pole and south pole we are having in case of a magnet, here in case of a charges we are having positive and negative charge. This positive charge is similar to the north pole and negative charge is similar to the south pole. Means these line of forces are originating from the positive charges and they are terminating at the negative charges. So let us quickly have the concept of electric line of forces. One more thing, if the line of forces are straight, just like this line of forces, magnetic line of forces, here we have drawn a straight line because it is exactly in between the two pole pieces of a bar magnet. So these lines are also giving you the direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of magnetic field. Similarly, if the lines are curved, if the lines are not straight, if it is curved, then how you are going to get the direction of field? In that case, if the lines are not straight, if they are curved, For that, you'll have to draw the tangent on the line of forces to find out the direction of electric field. So when you draw the tangent, this tangent obviously, when suppose you are moving along this line, if somebody asks you in which direction you are moving, you will show your hand like this. Your hand should be pointed in this direction to show the direction of motion. So similarly, these are the nothing but the tangent which are drawn on the curved line, and these tangents shows the direction of, here it is magnetic, whether it is be magnetic field or electric field. When the lines are curved, so the tangent drawn on the line of force gives the direction of electric field. This is the concept of electric line of force. Now let us see what are the properties of electric line of forces. So electric line of force, as we have drawn the curved line only because the charges are point charges, they are not like a pole pieces, so the line of forces may not be almost straight, they are always curved. So here we have drawn one curved line, and there are 2 points A and B. At the point A, how you are going to show the direction of electric field? So at that time you are going to show you'll have to move your hand in this direction. This is nothing but a tangent drawn on a curved line. So these tangent represent the direction of electric field. This is the electric field at A and this is the electric field at B. How do you come to know? You have drawn the tangent at that particular point. Each and every point is having a different direction if the line is curved. If the line is straight, there is no need to draw the tangent. But if the line is curved, then you'll have to draw the tangent. So let's quickly have a definition of electric line of forces. Definition of this electric line of forces: it is an imaginary curve drawn in such a way that the tangent at any given point gives the direction of electric field. As I told you that it's an imaginary line, they are not real, but the charges are found to move along this line whenever they are experiencing the force of attraction or repulsion. So it is an imaginary, on paper when we draw it, so we should say that it is an imaginary line, not exactly exists between the two charges. There is no such line developed between the two charges. It is nothing but a line path followed by the charge whenever they are experiencing force of attraction or repulsion. It is not actually drawn. So that is why we will say that it is imaginary. An imaginary curve drawn in such a way that tangent at any given point gives the direction of electric field intensity. So here we have taken plus Q charge. See the line of forces. All the line of forces are directed outward. They are supposed to be emerging from the positive charge. And here we have taken one negative charge and line of forces. How you are going to draw the imaginary line of forces? All the line of forces should come, they should terminate at the negative charge. Similarly, here have taken a system of charges plus Q and minus Q. See here we have drawn, just like in between the two charges, we have drawn a straight line. And beyond it, we have drawn a curved line. These curves are found to move away from the positive charge and they are found to move towards the negative charge. Or you can say that line of forces, they always originate from a positive charge and they terminate at the negative charge. So in this way, there will be an attraction between the two charges plus Q and minus Q. So this is the attractive line of forces. Now, if the two similar charges are taken into account, suppose two positive charges are taken, we all know that there will be a force of repulsion between the two charges. So how you are going to draw the line of forces? All the line of forces are found to move away from each other. Here also, whenever two negative charges are taken, all the line of forces will be repulsive in nature. So let's quickly have the properties of line of forces. Very first property is the line of forces, they always originate from positive charge and they terminate at a negative charge. This point you should remember while writing the properties of electric line of forces. Electric line of forces is nothing but the imaginary line drawn in such a way that the tangent at any given point gives the direction of electric field, and their properties are, very first one that we should know is they originate from positive charge and they terminate at negative charge. Similarly, second one, see, we have drawn various line of forces and there may be many more, but two line of forces, they will never intersect with, they never intersect each other. They always go parallel, just like this. All the line of forces are parallel to each other. They will not going to intersect each other. So this is the second property of line of forces, that they never intersect each other. Then the third property, they are always normal to a conductor. Suppose we have taken one conductor. Here we have taken one conductor and this conductor is filled with the negative charge. Electrons are there. So negative charges, all the line of forces are going to be normal. All the line of forces are going to be emit from the surface only. And since it is a negative charge, so all the line of forces will be terminating. So they will be normal to a conductor. It is just like when you take a sheet of paper and pour some charges on it, say positive charges, so all the line of forces will be normal to it. As they are, suppose all are positive, so they all are found to be originating from the charges. So all these line of forces will be perpendicular or will be normal to the conductor that we have taken into account. So this is the third property, they are always normal to a conductor. Fourth property is they do not pass through a conductor. As we all know that inside a conductor, all charges on the conductor are always on the surface. There is no charge inside the conductor. All the charges are in the form of ion, positive, negative combined inside the conductor. But the electrons are free, they are always roaming around the surface. So that is why there is no net electric field, as there is no charges inside a conductor. If there is no charges, then there will be no existence of electric field intensity. So inside a conductor there is no electric field intensity. All the electric field intensities are supposed to be moved outward from the conductor. So they do not pass through any conductor. Inside the electric field, inside the conductor, electric field is zero. Now see here, this portion of the electric field, here we have drawn the electric field. This portion of the electric field are having greater line of force. If the line of forces are more, then it shows that the electric field intensity will be maximum. Here at this particular point, the line of forces are less, so electric field intensity will be less here at this point. Or we can say that closer to the charge, as we move closer to the charge, there will be number of line of force. So greater the line of force, greater would be the electric field intensity. So bunch of this line of forces, collection of all this line of forces called as electric flux. Now just see these two areas. Here also we have taken the collection of line of forces. See this, we have drawn various line of force. Now consider two areas A and B. Area B is quite greater while area A is quite smaller. And on this area A there is number more line of forces as compared to the line passes through the area B. So at the area A, electric field intensity will be greater as compared to the electric field intensity which is there at point B. So it is found that electric field intensity is directly proportional to number of electric line of forces per unit area, where this phi denotes the number of line of force, or you can say electric flux. It is also called as electric flux. Electric flux is nothing but the collection of all the line of forces. So greater the number of line of forces, greater would be the electric field intensity. So electric field intensity is found to be directly proportional to electric flux per unit area. Now the next property is the point where the point where the line of forces are quite crowded, where there we are having greater amount of electric field intensity. So electric field intensity is large in the crowded line of force, and its reverse is also true. Electric field intensity is small in a widely separated line of forces. Where the line of forces are widely separated, electric field intensity will become less. When the line of forces are quite crowded, electric field intensity will be more. So crowded region means crowded line of force means greater electric field, and separated line of force means smaller electric field. And last property is, in a uniform electric field, line of forces are parallel to each other. What is uniform electric field intensity? These are the curved line. They are not uniform. They are changing their shape everywhere. What is uniform electric field? See this line, which is just exactly between the two charges. It is a straight line. It is not changing its shape. Neither its shape is changes nor its direction. So this is called as uniform electric field. So if you have drawn more line, there may be more than one line exists. So in case of a uniform electric field, all the line of forces are parallel to each other. So if the electric field is uniform, all the line of forces are supposed to be parallel to each other. So this is the concept of electric line of forces. Let's revise it. Let's have a quick revision. Electric line of forces are nothing but an imaginary curve drawn in such a way that tangent at any given point gives the direction of electric field. Now let's have quick revision of their properties. Very first property, that electric line of forces always originate from positive charge and they terminate at negative charge. Second property, they never intersect each other. Third is, they are always normal to a conductor. Fourth is, they do not pass through a conductor because electric field intensity inside the conductor is zero, as there is no charge inside the conductor. And electric field intensity is found to be directly proportional to electric flux per unit area. What is electric flux? Bunch of line of force. Collection of all the line of force is called as electric flux. So it is found to be proportional to electric flux per unit area. Greater the electric flux per unit area, greater would be the electric field intensity. Smaller the electric flux per unit area, smaller will be the electric field intensity. Sixth property is, electric field is found to have a greater magnitude if the line of forces are crowded, and electric field intensity will have a smaller magnitude if the line of forces are widely separated from each other. And the last one we have studied is, in case of a uniform electric field intensity, all the line of forces goes parallel to each other. So this is the concept of electric line of forces. Hope you all have understood the topic. Thank you.